Welcome back to Outnumbered. One of the co-authors of Obamacare now admitting that Democrats should not have passed the health care law the way they did. Senator Tom Harkin says the bill is too complicated and doesn't actually make health care more affordable for most people, saying, quote, "We had the power to do it in a way that would have simplified health care in this country, made it more efficient, and made it less costly. And we didn't do it. So I look back and say we should have either done it the correct way or not done anything at all." Senator Harkin, who's leaving the Senate next month, not the only high-profile Democrat expressing regrets about Obamacare. Just last week, the Senate's third-ranking Dem, Chuck Schumer of New York, said his party should have focused more on the needs of the middle class rather than passing the health care law back in 2009. Kirsten, I'd be remiss if I didn't go to you first on this. A bit of honesty coming from the Democrats here.
Well, it's interesting what I think it was Chuck Schumer who said that we should have focused on other things. I actually have always said that, even though I was a huge Obamacare supporter and was viciously attacked by liberals, saying that was crazy. So it's nice to hear Chuck Schumer saying it, because I think that was exactly right. Even though I supported health care reform, it was not the right thing to be doing right out of the gate, especially because there was so little support for it.
But is it a little too late? I mean, why are they just now, Andrea, coming out against the law?
You listen to Tom Harkin. Thanks, Tom. Thanks for that information that everybody besides the Democrats, actually a lot of Democrats knew it, Gruber knew it, everybody knew that it wasn't going to lower the cost, and most people knew it would hurt middle-class Americans. So my question is now what? Now what do we do? I mean,
where does this leave us?
If he said we should have focused on helping middle-class Americans, doesn't that imply now that Obamacare is hurting middle-class Americans? And that's where Republicans need to go with their messaging, because the facts back that up. And all these two are trying to do, these senators, are give their party political cover. I find it nauseating.
Oh, you think so?
I really do. Yeah,
I mean,
especially
Schumer. It makes things worse for them.
Especially Schumer. I do.
It makes it worse for them.
Yeah, I don't see how it gives them political cover. I think it gives them a little bit of credibility, especially Schumer. I think he's kind of falling on his sword. You know why? I think he's hearing from constituents, because he is whatever you want to say about Chuck Schumer, he's my senator, he was my congressman, he's out. He goes to all the local little mom and pop parties, and I'm sure he's getting his ear chewed off, because I am. I'm paying more for this, I'm paying more for that. Andrew, I can't even understand it. I need health insurance. I'm not covered by anyone. I just hand it off to my secretary. I go, I don't know. I can't even figure this thing out.
That's trust.
It's complicated.
So the enrollment period for renewals and for new policies opened up right after the midterm elections. And so you've got people who are freshly looking at the real price tag of what all of this is going to cost them as individuals and families, right? So you've got that going on. But, I'm a little confused. I think it's disingenuous for these Democrats to come out now and to say, well, it was too complicated. Well, where were they when Nancy Pelosi said, it's so big?
We'll read
oh,
it
my
after
goodness gracious. I'm paraphrasing her, of course.
Where were they defending the American people?
We'll read it. So if they were that curious about it then,
every Democrat voted for it.
Why didn't they slow down the process then and say, you know what, we better read what's in this thing to really understand it? And I think Jonathan Gruber's doing a little bit more damage than anybody realized.
They knew what was in that bill.
I wouldn't be surprised.
They knew exactly what was in that bill.
I wouldn't be surprised if Tom Harkin behind the scenes actually was pushing, and there probably were other people and they lost. But anyway, we have to move on to our next